everybody. Welcome all readers and Bigfoot fans. I'm Karen Bell-Brege and I am the author of this book, Bigfoot and the Mitten, and it's the story about a Bigfoot who sees a sassy robin with a mitten and thinks he lost his mitten. So she takes him all over his home state of, as you know, Michigan, to help him find it. Ready? Let's go on the adventure with them. Bigfoot and the Mitten. One day as I was hopping by, I noticed a footprint from my friend Big Guy. My woodland friends asked, "Do you think Bigfoot really exists?" "Sit down," I said. "I have a story for you with a fantastic twist." I found a mitten, and as I was taking it to my nest, I noticed a huge beast who looked distressed. He seemed very sad, so I asked, "What's wrong, Big Guy?" He lifted his huge head, and "Bigfoot!" was his reply. He tells me how he thinks he lost his mitten. Well, the one I found he surely wouldn't fit in. I mean, really, a mitten for a beast covered in fur? Nobody makes them that big, that's for sure. So I ask where he lost it, but he doesn't know. I'm up for an adventure. I tell him, let's go. "It could be someplace really sandy," he said to me. That's when I thought I should just leave him be. I mean, there's sand surrounding the whole state. Michigan's bordered by 4 of the 5 lakes that are great. Not to mention thousands of inland ones too, plus creeks, canals, rivers, harbors, and rapids, to name a few. That's when he remembers something about a bear. Sleeping Bear Dunes, I think we're getting somewhere. We climbed and we climbed to see the beautiful lake, and it's not there. He thinks he made a mistake. He said, "a tall, skinny house with a really bright light." It had to be a lighthouse. I hoped he was right. He said that there were 2 and they were both red. It had to be Grand Haven. There was fun ahead. The lighthouses are on a pier with a boardwalk to the city. We looked around because Grand Haven is just so pretty. That didn't shine a light on anything. Ha ha ha, get my joke? He laughed and he said, "I like cherries." I thought he had sunstroke. Could it be the cherry capital of the world, Traverse City? He told me finding his mitten, there was a good possibility. I couldn't believe how many cherries he could eat. If he entered a cherry pie eating contest, he wouldn't be beat. Traverse City's amazing with beaches and a cool town. Art, food, fun, there's so much to do all around. I said, "Hey, I'm glad we came here, aren't you, Big Guy?" He nodded and said, "Bigfoot," and pointed up to the sky. As he was pointing, he tells me up. I smiled and told him, "Yup." I spend a lot of time up there flying around, but he continued to point up and not down. I get it. Up, UP, up. I told him that I understand. He meant the Upper Peninsula, the top of Michigan's hand. It's northern Michigan from Tequamanon Falls and Pictured Rocks to Escanaba, Marquette, Isle Royale, and the Sulaks. It's beautiful up there and filled with youpers when he mentioned an island with poopers scoopers. Of course, Mackinac Island it had to be. Just bikes, horses, and carriages, really something to see. I showed him the island and the Grand Hotel. He was amazed by the longest porch. He thought it was swell. Named as one of the top 10 best places to stay. The view of the Mackinac Bridge is incredible, I must say. Suddenly we heard a tune, and I knew the sound. Why, of course, it's Motown. We were Detroit City bound. Known for music and the automotive industry, but now it's been named the Comeback City. You know, Detroit really deserves that title. Michiganders are smart, resilient. They remade their city vital. Art, he said, and I had to agree. We were at the Joe Louis Fist when it hit me. More art, he said. So I was thinking DIA, the Detroit Institute of Art's one of the best in the USA. Paintings, sculptures, photographs, and more. I could hardly wait. What a great place to explore. I asked him if his mitten looked like a painting. He studied it when I said, "Hurry up, big guy, I'm waiting." "Bigfoot," he insisted while shaking his head no, and off to the next incredible painting we did go. There were still so many places that we hadn't sleuthed. Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, Holland, Frankenmuth. So much about Michigan is so pure, but I started to think that he was unsure. I told him I thought he made up this whole Mitten story. "Like an inventor," he smiled, and I was in my glory. A light bulb went off and I knew just the place. We were both so excited we quickened our pace. To the Greenfield Village for tours and fun, attractions with interaction, history, and then some. We headed to the village and I was filled with glee as we drove around in a real Ford Model T. Then to the Henry Ford Museum of American Innovation to explore the greatest inventions of our entire nation. This museum is really very inspirational. Planes, trains, and automobiles, it's just sensational. He still didn't know where his mitten could be. I thought maybe if we got a map, then he could see. Of course, Lansing was the place we needed to go. At the Michigan State Capitol, they would surely know. It's where they take care of everything in this state. They are who we depend on to keep Michigan great. Michigan's government, legislature, and state police too, where they approve the Michigan laws that get put through. "Excuse me, have you seen my mitten?" Bigfoot politely inquired. I'm thinking, thank goodness, this robin is tired. A lady smiled and said, "I always knew there was a Michigan Bigfoot. I'm pretty sure I can help you. Now you two just stay put." She pulled down a giant map of Michigan for us to see. I was shocked, astounded when it dawned on me. I'm telling you, I really couldn't believe my eyes when she said his mitten is Michigan. It was a huge surprise. I should have known that. I'm Robin, the state bird. For goodness sake, why hadn't I heard? I told him, "You didn't lose your mitten at all?" When he said, "Michigan is my mitten, now I recall." Yep, the mitten he thought he lost is really his home. It's all the amazing places in this state that we roam. From the UP to north, south, and east to west, it's the shape of your hand. It's the place where we nest. So, my friends, that's the story about whether Bigfoot is real and the wonderful Michigan mitten with all its appeal. Now I'm off because there's so much more to see. Hey, big guy, would you just wait for me? Bigfoot! And that's the story about Bigfoot and the mitten. And you know, that's where we live, this wonderful state, our Michigan. And there's all these great facts in the back of the book about our state capital is Lansing, our state bird, as you now know, is Robin, and so much more. I hope you enjoy the book. And you know what? I have a really special treat for you. Yeah, I do. I happen to have the artist who did all this beautiful art and all the beautiful illustrations. Would you like to say hello to the illustrator too? Because he's here. Come on in, Darren.
Hello, everybody. We hope you love the book. I love drawing it. I love drawing this Bigfoot. And you can learn how to draw this Bigfoot too. Just go to our website, KarenandDarren.com. It's on the screen. Have some fun, practice drawing, and we hope you love the book and love to draw.
From Karen and Darren, keep reading.